If you've been following along, you'll notice that our beloved Ram 3500 is bringing us on this adventure. This was its last trip, occurring a mere 3 weeks before the fire. If you're new here and aren't sure what I'm talking about, we'll leave a link to our video explaining it in the description below. For now though, let the exploration begin. That was steep and curvy.
Yeah, there was some hills getting here, that's for sure, some tight turns. Watching the transmission temperature, watching it rise.
In this episode, we're at Big South Fork National River and Recreation Area, and we're staying for a few days here at Bandy Creek Campground. Yep, I'm just getting the trail description for the Oscar Blevins Loop, which is what we're going on. Goes back to an old farm area, I think. We're doing one of Jeff's favorite things. We're hiking straight from the campground.
Yeah, I love it when you can go hiking, don't have to drive. We're headed to the Oscar Blevins homestead. It's the Oscar Blevins Loop Trail. I think it's, what, a couple of miles? Well, here we are at the trailhead. Looks like Blevins Farm, 1.6 miles.
Looks like we're at the start of the loop. We're gonna go counterclockwise. What we read said it doesn't really matter, so that's what we chose.
That's a weird tree. It's like 3 branches straight up.
Listen to the crickets. Aren't crickets usually only out at night? I don't know. It's a big leaf.
Yeah, that's a huge leaf. Wonder what kind of tree that's from.
I don't know. I think I used to know, but I can't remember now.
You have to let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're coming up to the farm place, homestead, whatever you want to call it.
This 24-acre farmstead was occupied by members of the Blevins family from 1879 until 1980. A walk around the land reveals what is left of fields, fence lines, road traces, and multiple buildings, 2 of which date back to 1879 when the land was settled.
It's a beautiful area. It would be some peaceful living back here, that's for sure.
This is a really cool stop. I can't believe there's nobody else here. We had the whole place to ourselves. The weather's great. Love it.
We just crossed over Bandy Creek and we're working our way back to the campground.
Cool rock overhang. Wow, look at this. This is so cool, so interesting.
Another cool spot. Wow.
I think Jeff should crawl back in that hole, but he won't do it. Such a spoil sport.
Yeah, he crawled back in there.
Why not?
Probably harmless, but it's pitch black. Ain't happening. This is pretty cool. There's a big rock ledge all the way through this area.
This is really neat.
So we are loading up. Today we're doing the East Rim Overlook and the Angel Falls Rapid Trail.
Have to drive to this one.
Yep.
First stop for today is the East Rim Overlook. There it is directly ahead. It is a short walk. Getting to the overlook from the parking lot's a really short walk down a paved path. Not difficult at all.
Now we're heading out to hike the Angel Falls Rapid Trail. It's a 4-mile round trip, but it's supposed to be an easy walk alongside the river.
There's this rock ledge along the trail too, and it looks like a coal seam running through it. Pretty cool.
That'd be fun, huh?
Yeah, it would be. Except I don't know how to ride a horse.
Well, we walked down to a section of the river with some huge boulders.
check out this view of the river. The rapid is just that way, but you can't see it from here. But look at all these boulders, aren't they cool? This is really pretty. Even when the water's low, like now, this is still a worthy hike just to come and climb around on the rocks. I'm not gonna lie though, the idea of the snakes in the cracks of the rocks kind of freaks me out.
Well, we're almost back to the truck. That was a really nice walk in the woods.
Yeah, and down by the river with the boulders, loved it.
We're headed several miles out this gravel road to the Twin Arches trailhead.
These are supposed to be some of the largest sandstone arches east of the Mississippi, so it should be pretty neat to see.
Yeah, it's one of the park highlights, so we kind of saved the best for last, hopefully.
All right, we have a decision to make. Do we go just to the arches and back, or do we do the whole long, difficult loop?
Let's try the long, difficult loop. Why not?
We'll give it a try.
This is going to be about a 4.6 mile hike. It's going to take us past the Twin Arches, which are those two big sandstone arches that the area is known for. And then we're going to hit a place called Jake's Place, not really sure what that is, and Sherritt Creek Lodge.
This is probably the top of one of the arches. We're at the first of the arches, and wow, look at that. It's pretty impressive.
Wow, this is an enormous arch.
It's pretty amazing.
I guess this is the Twin. This one is much more, I don't know, bulky, I guess. Not quite as slender. Equally as impressive.
Both of the twin arches are really interesting. This one I think is just a little bit more interesting though, because it has lots of like holes in the rock, cut through areas that are kind of cave-like. It's bigger around. The other one's really cool too though, because it's flat, the span is longer, it has smoother looking rock. They're both really great places, definitely worth the hike. Look at that, that is awesome. It's almost like a concert hall or something.
Wow, it just keeps going and going, doesn't it? It's awesome. Looks like we made it to Jake's Place. It's kind of a small camping area. We stopped here at Cherry Creek Lodge to have a little snack. Now it's time to get going.
We've reached the up.
It's pretty brutal too.
Yeah, it is. Well, we made it back to the arches. That was steep.
Yeah, it was a lot of steady, steep climbing, that's for sure. A lot of switchbacks.
We still have more to go too.
Yep, a bunch of steps ahead of us.
That was tougher than I expected. Would your GPS say how long was the hike?
Looks like we hiked 5.4 miles in about 4 hours.
It seemed a lot longer than that.
It seemed like a lot more than that, but mostly because all the uphill. Whew.
Thanks for traveling to Big South Fork with us. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe if you haven't already. In our last episode, we promised some big news coming soon. That'll be our next video, but for now, here's a little sneak peek.